kinds of things, Rogan. We use coconut oil for triage oil, and coconut oil for your ears. It's very important. It's a very important thing. Hey, Greg, what's up? Just upright this here. I had a little toy avalanche here. We had a dog toy avalanche. And Rogan's like, that's okay, we'll have another one here in a few minutes. Just give me some time. I'll work on it for you. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Notice I'm wearing one shoe. Caught me mid-dis-shoeing. Hello, everybody. Hello. So, interesting article popped up on my Twitter feed this morning, so I clicked on it. It was MSNBC. Ali Velshi sitting in for Rachel Maddow, who I can't stand. I like Ali Velshi, but I don't like Rachel Maddow at all. I do like Ali Velshi. I've seen him report for years. And not to say that he hasn't lied before, but I think all reporters have. They've all got their fucking agendas. But that being said, I tuned in and I checked out the show, and he was interviewing the governor of Pennsylvania, I believe. A mayor or the governor, I believe. And he said, so you guys had some voter fraud? And the guy's like, yeah, we did. And you guys investigated it? He's like, yeah, we investigated it, and we've got 3 instances of dead people voting in our district. 3 total. And he's like, really? Who'd the votes go for? All 3 went to Donald Trump. So it's a good thing Donald Trump is finding all of these fake votes. It turns out all the fake ones they found in Pennsylvania, 3 of them, 3, went to Donald Trump. Isn't that funny? That's why he should be spending his money to investigate this election, because all the cheating went to him. Right? Hey, Teresa, I've got 18 viewers and 4 chats. Guys, are you feeling okay this morning? I hope everybody's okay. Not really getting a lot of hellos or how-dos or, bunch of people here don't want to talk to me? You just want to peep in? I wonder where all these people are coming in from. Maybe we should see. Where are all these people coming in from that are not even saying anything? Here, Steven. Hey, Steven. Thank you. Steven dropped a digit. Steven loves me. Thank you, Steven. Wow, this kefefe this morning is banging. Hey, Doc. Hey, you dropped a digit. You love me. Thank you. I love seeing them digits fall like rain. Let them fall like rain. Michael Santini. Hey, I haven't seen you in forever. The great Santini is here, everyone. Okay, so it would look as if all of those people are coming in from a Facebook channel. There's 12 of you over there. And, hey, if you're on the Facebook channel and you're new, let me know. Hey, Shahar Galan. I see someone new has said hello. Great, Shahar. Michael Santini, hope you're doing well. I am, Michael. I hope you're doing well, too. Great. Starting a collection of spoons here for some reason. I don't know why. You're going to start calling me Spoon Man. Come together with your hand. Amber Guare, Upper Michigan. Hi, Amber. I love that name, Amber. Greg Rafferty. Hey, Greg. Good, good. I'm so glad you guys are tuning into my show. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you have any comments you want to make about, what we've already discussed, which really, is not that big of a deal. It's just basically, for everybody out there that is following Donald Trump and this election and his claims of election fraud, this would be a very interesting show for you to watch. Because in one of the main states that they are focusing on, Pennsylvania, they've only found 3 total instances of voter fraud, And the 3 instances of voter fraud that they found were deceased people voting for Donald Trump. So the more Donald Trump investigates the election, the less votes he gets. It's just so warm and fuzzy. I mean, for all of us who've hated this man as much as I have over the last 4 years, this is like the greatest ever. Biden's sister is married to Stephen Owens, who owns Dominion Voting System. Okay, who cares? I hope so, and I hope she fucking cheated Donald Trump for every fucking vote that fucking beat him. Michael Rosier, Mr. fucking investigative reporter. It's fucking hilarious, and I bet you Michael Rosier just lied to all of us. So let's do a little fact check on that, and I'll block him and lied. I'll fact check it. Owner. Okay, let's find out. Let's see what pops up. Fact check. Joe Biden's sister is not married to Dominion owner Stephen Owens. All right, Michael Rosier, you want to go ahead and apologize to my audience for lying? I'll let you apologize. You're a fucking liar and a dumb cunt that came on my live stream and lied to everybody. I fact checked you. You're a fucking liar. It's my pleasure to call you out on your fucking lies. Would you like to apologize for being a dumb cunt liar? For not doing your own fact checking? Literally took me 3 seconds to Google check you. You could have done that before you shot off your fat mouth. Hey, Billy. No? Not going to say anything? I'll just go ahead and block you, Michael. You got nothing to say. You don't have a lot of time. I'm just going to block you. I know the chat has been a little slow this morning, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's Trump on a troll account, right? Nothing, you little bitch. Michael Rosier, you little dumb cunt. Nothing to say, huh? People don't really do well when they come up against me, do they? You try to match wits with me, and all I got to do is Google something. I just wish people would be a little bit more prepared. You know, before they shoot their fat fucking mouths off. Michael, I'm just gonna block you from my live stream since you don't wanna reply. You're blocked. Fuck off. Nobody comes in here and lies and gets away with it. All right. If I catch you fucking lying to my audience, lying to me, lying to yourself, not only will I fact check you, then I'll call you out on it. I'll give you the opportunity to apologize to everyone. And if you fucking fail at that, I'm just gonna block you from my live stream. Done. You're forgotten. Move on. Hey, Karen McDonald's here, everybody. Karen, what's up? Scott Hogan says, Google, ha ha ja. Scott, you think you're smarter than fucking Google, dumbass? I tell you what, Scott, why don't you just explain to me what you mean by Google, ha ha ja? I'll wait for you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt too. What's so funny about Google? I just want to make sure I don't exactly capture where your attitude's coming from. I think I do, but like I said, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Nothing? Can you see comments from Periscope? Vinny Ligiori. No, I cannot. Nothing, Scott? Isn't this funny? Nobody wants to engage me in conversation. They all want to pipe up. Everybody wants to pipe up their little fucking... And then they're too much of a pussy when it comes to being confronted on their bullshit. Scott, something about Google, buddy? You want to engage me in conversation about it? You got a problem with Google? Because that little Google search I did, it resulted in an article from Reuters. So if you've got a problem with Reuters, let me know. That's where that came from. It came from. I didn't say it, but it was Reuters. I read it straight off of Reuters. Scott, nothing? All right, I'm blocking you too. Scott Hogan is the next douchebag blocked. All right. We're just keeping it. We're just keeping the audience real here, guys. It's what I do. It works on heat rash. I know it works on heat rash. It works on everything that causes pain, Karen. Anything cellular that causes pain, it works on. If the oil can reach where the pain is, it will take care of the pain. If you can't get the oil down into as far as where the pain is, it's not going to do anything. You got to get it to the pain. Hi, Nay. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Mark Andrew Barlow. I am, actually. A little disappointed with my audience this morning. Not y'all, but just the lack of people here and the amount of reality that I'm dishing out. And you would think there would be a lot more people here to get their daily dose of fucking reality, you know? It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. Nobody wants their reality this morning served cold. Unlike my coffee. Claire Faust dropping a digit. Thank you, Claire. All right. So I was watching MSNBC sourcing out this article this morning so I would have the information to give to you guys. And a commercial popped up on MSNBC online, and I couldn't understand it. And at first, I swear, I thought there was something wrong with my hearing, and I thought there was something wrong with my brain, because the words weren't making sense. And I got scared for a second, and I listened, and it was just all took place over about a period of 1 second. But I really did feel that. I was confused. They were speaking fucking Spanish on MSNBC on a commercial, which I've never heard before. And it caught me off guard. It frightened me. I didn't know what the fuck it was at first. This is my real, true, honest reaction. And then I got angry. Because I'm like, I thought MSNBC was based in the United States of America, and I thought we all agreed here to speak English. And that if you want to come over from another country and enjoy the benefits of our country, you learn the language. Hey man, does that make me a racist? Fuck you! Alright? Fuck you if that makes me a racist. Fuck you! I live in this country. I had to learn the fucking language. And if you want to live in this country, you should learn the fucking language too. And that goes for corporations too. And you shouldn't be fucking coddling people that refuse to learn the goddamn language. Force them to learn it and put your goddamn commercials in English. Motherfuckers! I'm not a fucking racist. Suck my dick. I'm an American. Anybody got a problem with that? Everybody, I want everyone to see, this is my favorite thing that trolls do on the internet right here, is when they try to call someone an idiot and then they don't even know how to spell the word you are. They don't even know how to spell your with an apostrophe R-E. So they put Y-O-U-R in all caps so everyone can see what a moron they are. 205,000 votes of dead people, says Kalinda Janau. Okay, I'll give you the 205,000, you dumb cunt. Mrs. All Caps cunt. I'll go ahead and I'll give you the fucking 205,000, you stupid cunt. Take them. Donald Trump lost by like 7 million votes. So where's the other 6,800,000 fucking thousand, you fucking dumb cunt? Everybody look, Kalinda Janau. Do me a favor, Kalinda. Will you come in here on January 21st and kiss my dick when Joe Biden steps into the Oval Office? Yeah, come on back and kiss my dick on the 21st, you stupid cunt. How long should I leave? I'm not going to block her just so she'll come back in here and kiss my dick on the 21st. Which is what this stupid cunt needs to do. This all caps cunt. Papa Onaya Shelley says clearly rigged. Oh, is it clear? Well, then if it's so clear, Pop Onaya, how come they only found 3 rigged votes in Pennsylvania? 3. And all 3 of those were rigged for Donald Trump. Lol, haha, he actually got over 84 million votes. Yeah, well, you're going to have to produce those 84 million votes, you stupid cunt. Do you believe this stupid cunt in here, guys? Hey, if you guys are just as blown away by the stupidity of this dumb cunt as I am, go ahead and give me a high five. Give me number 5. If you are just as amazed at this dumb cunt as I am, please give me number 5. And if you're enjoying this conversation, give me number 5. Galinda, time's on my side. All right? You guys have been saying that Donald Trump was going to prove that he won this vote for over a month now, and you haven't been able to produce any evidence. So it shows how much you know. Where's your evidence at, Rudy Giuliani? Drippy Giuliani? Where's your evidence? Where's your Kraken at, cunt Linda? Where's your Kraken at, cunt Linda? January 6th, you will look like an idiot. January 6th? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Another day in paradise, right, Gwen? Look at all the 5s I'm getting. Look at all the high 5s I'm getting, cunt Linda. I don't think my audience likes you, cunt Linda. So funny. You got any more all caps posts for us, cunt Linda? I would love to read them. I just love reading your dribble. All right, so who's my first digit drop this morning? My first digit drop was Stephen Culbertson. Stephen Culbertson, are you here? Stephen Culbertson, are you here? Stephen Culbertson, say hello. Shanna Banana, these people watch One News Network. Idiots they are. Hey, I watch One News Network. I watch Newsmax, and I watch One News Network, and I watch it all. And I don't let it fucking corrode my brain. I mean, I can look at it and see for the lies that it is, but I guess cunt Linda can't. Do you know what January 6th means, Lil? I bet you have no clue, do you? Yeah, it's the official day of certification. January 6th. But the states have already certified. December 14th. I guess you weren't paying attention. But, you know, I'll bet you have no clue, do you? She's calling her granddaughter trying to learn how to try and report you. Doc, what's up, buddy? Stephen Culbertson, this bong rip is for you. In my country, voters vote for prez, not great electors. Your voting system is strange. Gwen, I know, you're right. We have a horrible voting system in the United States of America. You're correct. Not everything is perfect here. That's for goddamn sure. Doc, I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you for telling me that. Pastor Burns says, click the link I posted. There's evidence. Pastor, there's evidence in Pennsylvania of 3 votes. All 3 went to Donald Trump from dead people. You know, maybe check the other evidence, not just from One News America Network or fucking Newsmax. I don't even know how you're on my shit, lol, but regardless, no hard feelings. You don't watch Newsmax or else you would have saw 112 people testify, lol. I watch Newsmax. We've watched Newsmax on here, on my show, together. So if you have a problem with facts, Galinda, go back and watch my show where we literally watched a Newsmax. We watched this guy's name is Stenchfield. I call her Stinky Field, something like that. Yeah, we watch Newsmax. How is Rogan's ear? Doing great. He's very comfortable. His hair is starting to grow back, and he's looking good. Thanks for asking. Quinzul, smoking with you, not political, but your voice brought me in. Hi, I'm Quinn. Quinzuli Harper. Hi, Quinzuli Harper. Nice to meet you. I'm smoking with you, too, regardless of your political beliefs. Trumpers are planning big protests on January 6th at the behest of Dear Leader. Have fun at the super spreader event. Cunt Linda Janelle. Ha, Claire. American people are smart. It's now time to change this. It snow, huh? Time to change. Yeah. Pastor Burns says fraud. Yeah, Pastor Burns, you're going to have to produce the receipts. Maybe call the Kraken with the receipts. Okay, Pastor? Let me know when you got the receipts. Not just some rabbit hole video on the internet. Biden rallies are safe, says Derek. Jesus, man, I'm sorry, but I gotta go, Nay. Shanna, I'm sorry, Shanna Banana. Love you, honey. I'll see you later. January 6th is when they vote, and if one senator doesn't sign, it's all over with. Maybe go read your constitution. What is the constitution? Constitution. To know what day matters. It's January 6th. You said my name right. You are amazing. Oh, thank you. It's all over with if one senator doesn't sign. Then what do you mean it's all over with if one senator doesn't sign? What does that mean, cunt Linda? Explain that. It's all over if one senator doesn't sign. Why don't you explain it, since you seem to have such a great grasp of all of this? Why don't you explain it to the class? We'd love to hear what you have to educate us with. Betty White, get your vote. I'll smoke to that. Wait, I forgot who I was smoking for. Have I not smoked yet today? Who was my first digit drop? Stephen Culbertson. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for waiting for me, buddy. Bottom of the hour to you, sir. I don't give a fuck about it, Gwen. Do you? I'm just going to plant a garden and feed myself. Kill anybody that tries to take my shit away from me. That's what everyone should do. Oh, that's a good one. That one made me sweat instantly. A bong rip. Look at that. Look at that. A bong rip. Instant sweat, guys. What? Nobody even does that anymore, pal. Psst. Unreal. What are you doing? What are you smoking, pal? Psst. Nobody's smoking cannabis like that anymore, pal. And you know what's funny? When I do a bong hit and it makes me sweat like that, and somebody comes in here and says that my cannabis is shit, and that I'm smoking, you know, brick weed or whatever they call it. You know what would be fucking hilarious? If I got them on camera and say, okay, you do a bong hit of yours, I'll do a bong hit of mine, we'll see who gets a fucking sweat. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, well, I thought my cannabis was just dirt. Huh? Look at that sweat, Lil, right? Sorry, I used the word weed and I shouldn't have. I told you every once in a while I slip up. Every once in a while. Not often I slip up on the show, but I do. I hate that fucking word. After I said it, I was all disgusted with myself. It's like, I'm disgusting. Even shitty cannabis should not be referred to as weed. Unless it's got poison in it. And then if it is poisoned, then it is weed. It's a useless plant. It's the only time it should be considered weed, is when it's unsmokable. In fact, I'm going to tweet that right now. I think that's a great tweet. And I think all of you should hop on Twitter and retweet this for me as soon as I put it up. Man, I said it better. I typed it out. It doesn't look right. I'm making up my own word. Unsmokable. Should I put an E in there? Yeah, I will. I'm going to put an E in there because I don't give a fuck. It's my own word. Fuck that tweet. That's a horrible tweet. Just ignore that tweet, everybody. It's a horrible tweet. God, so many people are like, 2020 is almost over. Just we'll get through it. Let me tell you something, man. The number of the year won't make things any better. You know, Donald Trump leaving office and Joe Biden taking over isn't going to make anything better. All right? Just so you all know, get it through your skulls right now. Yeah, no, Eric, I disagree with you completely. I disagree with you. No, I disagree with you. Just because it's corporate, just because it's industrial, just because it's a company putting it out there, doesn't mean that you can start calling it weed again, bro. So millions of people that are going to be getting cannabis from like Marlboro Marijuana Company, they should all start calling it weed again, bro? Because it's coming from an industry? Fuck that. That's no reason. Come on, Eric, think. That cannabis is smokable. It's still good. It's not worthless. I could make fucking guarantee you I could make some fantastic medicine out of that cannabis. I wouldn't refer to it as weed by who grew it. It doesn't matter who grows it, man. What matters is, can you use it? And will it help you? Is it healthy? Is it safe? That's what matters. I mean, then why won't I just call the guy down the street with a bigger grow, call his weed? You know? Weeds extract nutrients from the soil. Major corporations are extracting value from the population. Yeah, but don't blame the fucking cannabis, Eric. You know, you're trying to make some kind of a weird bridge here. It's not working at all. I'm totally throwing it right back in your face, man. I dissected that thing. I sucked the juice out of it like a spider sucks the juice out of a fly that it catches in its web, bro. I mean, it only took me 1 second. Come on. Don't double down on me. Please, don't double down on me, man. Just admit it. Just go like, oh, I see where you're coming from, Nay. You're right. I wasn't thinking about it like that. You're totally right. You know what? Should I go call Oak Tree's cannabis weed because he's fucking industrial? Because he's growing on an acre? Should I call him fucking weed? Because I'm only allowed to grow 6 plants, but he's got a license with the state and he's industrial. So Oak Tree's cannabis should be called weed now? Oh, fair enough. I just have seen how 8 major corporations destroyed the possibility of the small producer. Yeah, well, go after them, bro. Call them fucking cunts. don't disparage the name of cannabis because there's shitty people in the industry. You gotta hold cannabis above those assholes by calling it cannabis. Like I said, the only time I will refer to cannabis as weed is if it is useless. Is if I can't use it for anything. And that means I can't make even a fucking a topical out of it. That would be a good time. I haven't done that in the past, but you know what? It's a good idea. That shit is fucking weed. It's worthless. It's useless. It can't be used for anything. That's what the definition of the word weed is. But industrial grown cannabis is got a use. It's definitely got a place, man. You know, I can't supply cannabis to everybody. You know, you need people like fucking Oak Tree out there. You need people like Robert Mulligan who are doing deals with giant corporations that are doing this thing on huge farmlands, man, and giant fucking greenhouses. You can't even imagine what Rob Mulligan was getting hooked up into. You know, and I saw the processing, man. You guys can't even imagine in your brains. I mean, think about the show, how it's made. That's the scale that Robert Mulligan was dealing with. You know, are you going to call that weed just because it's grown on a large scale? Does it get you high? Does it have THC in it? Man, I could talk about this for hours. I should have shut up about this already. Let's move on. Let's move on to a bong rip. Let's turn this fan off. It's getting a little cool in here. I'm getting a little cool. We are smoking the mystery cannabis. Who was my second? God, I kept talking about that for 3 more minutes after he relinquished. He said, man, you're right. He's like, this. He said, fair enough. I like that. Fair enough. Fuck yeah, fair enough, bro. And I should have stopped talking about it. I kept going for 3 minutes. Doc, this one's for you. You were the second person to drop a digit in here. Doc, thank you. Cheers. Doc, are you still here? Yes? Yes, good. Cheers. Clink. Oops. I did a little clink. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Eric O. I appreciate that, buddy. So I was thinking, man, it would be nice to go on Graham Elwood's show as a guest and talk to him about... I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I said Graham. I should have said Ron Placone. I was thinking Graham, but it was Ron Placone who actually put the tweet up. Ron Placone said, last night I heard thunder in LA. He's like, I don't think I've ever heard thunder in LA before. I said, climate changed, bro. And then I had the idea, I should go on Ron Placone's show and talk about what I know about climate change. Anecdotally, right here in my own little neck of the woods with the fires and the pine beetle. And I think I'd have enough to information to share with him for about 15 minutes for a segment for him, you know, and we of course we could always talk about other things if you know we could talk about the triage oil, or we could talk about, you know, cannabis history, or why I say no law regarding cannabis, or we could talk about music. You know, there's all kinds of things that Ron Placone and I could talk about. But wouldn't it be neat if a few of you guys would tweet at Ron Placone, or maybe go on his show and super chat at Ron Placone, and, you know, for $2, and just say, hey man, would you have Nate from Nate's Garden on to talk about climate and cannabis and gardening? Hey, we could talk about gardening. We could talk about organic gardening. There's so many things we could talk about. You know, we could talk about conserving your cannabis like we always do on here. God, how many people do you know on the internet that do the whole cannabis thing? They never talk about conserving it, but they always try to show off how much they can abuse. Right? Think about that. Look at how big the dab is. Look at how big the bong rip is. Look at how big this is. Look at how big that is. Look at how much I can waste. How many of them say, hey man, all of you guys probably don't have a lot. So this is how you can conserve it. This is how you can have more at the end of the week. So you'll always be able to get high. Who does that? Who's doing that? Is anybody else doing that? You get it here. $3 grams. Yeah, you're not getting all of that. You're not inhaling the whole goddamn thing. Even if you're doing, I mean, we've got a video of my friend Britt doing, I think it was a 1.3 or a 1.4 gram. It was huge. 1.3 gram dab. And she fucking did the whole goddamn dab in one breath like you're supposed to. And, you know, if you're going to do that, that's not wasting it. She fucking inhaled the whole thing. She wasn't feeling too good afterwards. That's for sure, man. You know, it really took a toll on her after she did that. She's like, I'm never going to do that again. I've never come anywhere near, not even a gram in one dab. Fuck that. I don't have the urge, you know? For the same reason I don't have the urge to snort fucking Keith. Which, if you do, by the way, it will be the most painful thing that you ever do in your entire lives. Don't do it. But when my friend said, when we were kids, yeah, I snorted a lot of Keith, don't do it, bro. I'm like, oh man, why did you do that? I thought it was going to get me high. I wanted to try it. I'm like, oh my God, dude. He's like, it was the most painful thing I've ever done in my entire life. He's like, I was in so much pain. It hurt in places I've never even felt before. It's hurt in places I've never even felt before, he said to me. No, it's not a thing, Evan. It's not a thing. It just hurts you. Smoke that shit. Vaporize it and inhale it. I never had the urge to even try it. I was like, right, okay, no. Teresa. Are you here, Teresa? Teresa, are you here? 'Cause it's time for your bong hit. Okay, cheers. This one's for you. We'll call this one 420 in Newfoundland for Teresa. Cheers. Doc, thank you. Thank you, brother. Oh, it's wonderful. You love your bong, Evans? You know, there's something about a bong. It's the water and the filtration cooling the hit down, making it smoother, making it so you can inhale more. I guarantee you, if I give you a bowl, if I give you a doobie, and if I give you a bong, the most amount of cannabis that you will be able to inhale in a single hit will be the bong every time. And if you're like, it takes too much air for me to draw off of a bong, I will give you a little tiny bong. A little teensy weensy bong that you'll be able to hit forever. And you take a bong rip off that and you'll be able to hit it for a long time. It's smooth, it's cool. You don't feel it. And when you're hitting a doobie, the heat is going right to the back of your throat. When you're hitting a bowl, that lighter heat is going right to the back of your throat. And you can only do that for so long. But with a bong, you could do it indefinitely. As long as you're not running out of oxygen and as long as you have pull in your lungs, you can keep going. Have I been a guest on other people's podcasts? You know, I've been invited a few times. I've turned down a couple. I've accepted a couple, but I don't think they ever came to fruition. I don't remember ever being on a podcast on anybody else's show. I'm thinking people have asked me, and I'd be like, how many followers do you have on YouTube, on your YouTube channel? And they'd be like, 6. You know, I'd be like, well, get some followers on your YouTube channel, you know, put some content up there and get some people, and then, yeah, I'll come on and I'll do your show. You know, if it was one of y'all and that you're coming to my show all the time and you're helping me out and you had, you know, I would under 100 followers on your channel, but they were actual followers and they're current people that are actually following you, I would go on your channel and do an interview with one of y'all. Hey, man, you know, Jimmy Dore and Steph say punch up. Always punch up. And you know what they always also do? They always lift people up too. Like they help people out, and people like me that are lower in stature as far as the amount of a following and the amount of people who are listening to them go, and they will go and Steph's like, yeah, I'll come on your show. And you know, I don't have a big show. And let me tell you something else. I've seen Jimmy Dore do interviews with people who have even smaller channels on YouTube than me and way less content. You know, I've got, I don't know what, guys, am I 4, 5, 6,000 uploads on YouTube? I don't know. It's some crazy number of uploads. Jimmy Dore was on some dude's show. He had like fucking 10 videos on his channel and he had like, you know, a couple thousand followers. So, you know, they will help you, and so will Ron Placone, and so will Graham, and so will Lee Camp, and Arn Raw, and everybody that, and even the Pop Brothers at Law that have these amazing followings that came on here to grace, you know, us with their presence. They're helping, you know, lift us up, and that's wonderful, man. That's a good thing. So that's all I could do too. If you guys were doing that, if you guys were trying to do a channel, good bong, but I don't have big budget. Yeah, man. Order something from, go to 4aceswholesale.com. Go to 4aceswholesale.com, bro. Yeah, Mark, you're welcome. Let me tell you something, bro. You can get one of these. You can get one of these and they'll send you like two for like $4. Water bong. And it's tiny. So you'll be able to hit it. It's got water, cool to hit off, same thing, doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't care if you got a doobie and a bowl, right? If you got this little tiny water bong with just a teeny tiny amount of water in it, you'll be able to sit and hit that. You'll be able to hit that whole fucking bowl if you've got the lung space for it. You'll give up on the doobie and you'll give up on the freaking bowl way quicker. I mean, dude, if you can sit there and smoke a whole bowl in one hit, or you can huff down a whole doobie in one hit, I'm impressed. Now, I'm not saying that a bowl is a whole doobie. It's not. But it's probably half. A bowl is probably half a doobie. And you can fucking take that whole goddamn thing down. You're not going to smoke half a doobie in one hit. I really don't see anybody ever doing that. Unless it's like a Cheech and Chong movie. And you know what? And if you can do that, kudos. That's got to be fucking painful. It's got to hurt. Or you've got to have some kind of callousing on your esophageal passage. Doc, Stukes, Evans, what's the website? I'll take a look if they have cheap, nice bongs. Thank you for that, brother. Really appreciate it. I've heard that called a chillum before, that bong you have in your hand. No, Doc, I think it's a bubbler. I think this is considered a bubbler. And I think, you know, a bong has the removable hardware on it. Like a bowl. Makes it a bong. I believe, I don't know, man. This is all just, I'm making this up right now. I am literally just making this up. And let's call this a bubbler because it's all one piece. Bubbler, bong. Bong, bubbler. Now, is this a bong? Yes. Is this a bubbler? You betcha. So, I mean, they're both. They're bongs and bubblers. If it bubbles, it's a bubbler, right? Well, this bong bubbles. And if it's water, then it's a water bong. It's got water in it. It's a water bong. But it's also a bubbler because it's so cute, and bubbler just sounds like a little cute little word for a thing, like it's a little bubbler. It's a big bong. It's a little teeny tiny bubbler and a big bong. Bubbler, bong. I don't know. This is all opinion, guys. This is all opinion here. Psst, unreal. Nobody's even doing opinion anymore, Val. You guys are like, yeah, that's it. That's a bubbler. It's like, yeah, I don't know. You know, my friend, the first time I heard the word bubbler was my buddy. I remember it was my buddy Ryan. And he looked at one of the pieces of glass I had. He goes, that's a nice bubbler. And it was the first time I had heard that term. But if it bubbles, it's a bubbler. If it bubbles, it's a bubbler. But a bong bubbles too. And if it bubbles, it's a bong. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm really confused. I've confused myself. I've been so unclear. I don't know. Anyhow, I want to talk to you about what I was just talking to you about. But I can't remember what it was. So, that's real. So oh, great! Listen, Tomorrow. It's Jimmy Dore tomorrow. You guys, listen. It's the 30th of December. Tomorrow on the internet. And all of you can go to forcethevote.org right now. I put the link up on my Twitter. You guys can share this link everywhere and get as many people as you can. They're going to have a town hall on the internet, and we're all invited, and you need to go register for it. It's real easy to do. They just want your name. They want a little bit of your personal information, and if you want to join the town hall, or you can watch the town hall on YouTube, and you don't have to join. It will be on. Links will be at forcethevote.org. But if you guys want Medicare for all, and let me tell you something, I don't need it. But every other person that I know just about could definitely use it. And I'm more than willing to support this and take a hit to my level of healthcare, if that's what it is, so that everyone can have a decent level of healthcare in this country. And it will relieve so much financial burden from everyone, me included, the country overall. When the people are healthier overall, the country is saving money overall. It's win-win. You know, you have less sickness. You have it's when people are sick and dying, it costs a lot of money. When you can catch that shit early, it saves a ton of money. Medicare for all would be the most fantastic thing for this country. And the people like Jimmy Dore and myself that are really pushing for this, that really support it, we have something to lose over this. And we don't care because we love you guys and we want you guys all to have this. Why would your health care be affected? Well, because I've got a lot of money, Doc. I can go to any doctor I want, right? And I can get any kind of fucking medical care that I want, and I can afford to pay for it. I could fly somewhere else. I can hop on a plane and fly to another country. I go to another state. I'll find the greatest doctor here in my area for anything I need. I've got it. I literally, Doc, truth be told, bro, and you know me, I've told you guys about this before, but I'm going to tell you again. I've got a helicopter taxi service that will take me to any doctor anywhere in the United States of America to save my life. I literally pay for that. And you know what? All of you could probably afford that service. It's not very expensive. You could all probably have that if you needed it. Now, most of you probably don't need it because an ambulance can get you to a good hospital quicker than a helicopter could. But I live in an area where that's fucking impossible. A helicopter is definitely going to get me anywhere faster. So, that's what happens when you live up in the mountains. If we have Medicare for all, I'm probably not going to have the access to doctors like I do now. I'm not just going to be able to go anywhere I want, probably. Medicare for all is probably going to be, it's going to have its own restrictions and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it entails. All I know is it's going to be different than what we have now. And what we have right now is, if you got money, you can afford to do fucking anything you need to do. I was in a situation where they told me they were going to give me one of the fucking bags on my side for the rest of my life. And I said, no, fly me to a fucking better hospital. And they did. I got on a helicopter and I flew to a better hospital and they did the surgery, and I didn't need the fucking bag, luckily. But you know, I got lucky. I got very close to dying. I could have died within a half hour of them starting the surgery. If I had gone another half hour, I probably would have died without medical care. Yeah, yeah, I'd take a little bit of a sacrifice in the quality of my medical care. This is the thing: is a lot of people that are in my situation financially, like AOC and Nancy Pelosi and all them motherfuckers in the government, they know that they will take a drop in their quality as well. They've all got bulletproof golden parachute plans. All of them. They will lose that. And so will all the wealthy in this country. And there's a lot of wealthy people in this country, people. And there's a lot of people in this country that are wealthy that pay off politicians to keep you from getting this. So listen, if you want to fight these rich motherfuckers that are trying to stop you from having good health care and saving you money and making your lives better, you know, I really hope that the drop in number right now is people going over to forcethevote.org to go sign up for this thing. And I hope that they all come back. Yes, please. Yes, come back. Come back to me. Yes, go to forcethevote.org. Go sign the petition, you know, and if you want to get in on the town hall, I did. You know, I got in on the town hall. But if you want to just watch the town hall, you can watch it without joining it. Okay, Billy. Is that where we're going right now? Why are we talking about tigers and Carol? Oh, I don't like her. No. You guys want to see a tiger? Shut up. Watch. I'm going to show you a tiger. Shut up. Bring that camera over here, Mr. Cameraman. Get this tiger on your camera. What are you doing? What, are you scared of a tiger? Don't be scared. I'm going to bring some more tigers in here. You're going to have to show me that you could do this job, mister. Oh, Claire. A rising tide lifts all boats. Claire Faust, that's nice. Funny as hell to you, Arne. Doc. Is it true that the 1% has paid less and less taxes since the Reagan administration lowered them to 50%? 33% on average. Yeah, probably, Dakota. Probably. That's probably all verifiable. You know, I pay a lot of money in taxes. You guys would be amazed at how much money I pay every year in taxes. I could tell you. You're not going to like it. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot. I pay more in taxes than a lot of my viewers make in a year. I pay more in taxes than what some of my viewers make in 5 or 10 fucking years. I pay in 1 year of taxes. Did Trump pardon Tiger King? Bill, I think Billy Ballantyne would know that if he did. Billy Ballantyne is friends with Tiger King. You didn't pay less than... You sold him a camel once, I think. You didn't pay less than Trump, I promise that. No, I didn't pay less than Trump, no. Stooks is guessing $250,000. No, I don't pay that much in taxes, Stooks. But it's a lot of money. I pay zero. Stukes is like, I pay zero. Cheers. I sold Joe a white Camel in 2015. No, Joe's not getting out of prison, says Billy. God, could you... Billy, you should tweet at Donald Trump and ask him to pardon Tiger King. I'm Joe Exotic. Pardon me, Donald Trump. We can go look at tigers. Does Donald Trump like tigers? He's orange. Tigers are orange. Doc made $35K last year. Yeah. Somewhere around there, a little bit, probably more than that, Doc, is what I pay in taxes every year. Is what you make in a year. Doing an actual job, bro. Working in a hotel as a cook, bro. And you know what? I should be paying more in taxes. Because I got plenty of money. They should be taxing the wealthy a lot more than what they do. I made more, yeah. Dakota says I made $22,000 last year in construction. Yeah, I made more. I mean, I paid more in taxes than Dakota made. There you go. You know what they do with that money? They take that money and they buy fucking bombs and rockets and missiles and fucking bomber planes and aircraft carriers. You know? Why don't we get a say? And I've said this before, on our tax forms, there should be a designation for where our taxes go. Like, we should be able to say, no, you're not going to spend my tax dollars on war. I'll pick education, feeding the hungry, housing the homeless. Those should be on there, and you should be able to check off what you want. Why do I think they should take more of my money? Because there's obviously not enough to go around. We need to help people, man. We need Medicare for all, man. I'm willing to pay for that. Take my goddamn tax dollars. I got money sitting in the bank I don't fucking need. It's excessive. And if it's excessive for me, I'm not even trying, guys. Imagine people who are like doing business all the time, that are on the stock market and buying fucking corporations and involved in liquidating companies and auctioning off of places and buying cheap and selling it at a profit. And fuck that shit. I don't have the blood pressure for that kind of shit. Imagine those people, though. Imagine the amount of money that those people are sitting in. They've got an excess of cash just sitting in their bank accounts while people are starving. You guys, people are being evicted from their homes. They're being thrown out on the streets. Watch Jimmy Dore. Watch Lee Camp. Watch Graham Elwood. Watch Ron Placone. And make sure you guys all go to forcethevote.org. Please. God, it drives me crazy. Please go to forcethevote.org, guys, please. And sign the petition and watch this and share the link around everywhere. Tell everybody how important it is. And go and watch this town hall meeting on YouTube tomorrow. Or come be a part of it with me. There's a registration form to come. There's a thing at the top. it says town hall. Click that link, and if you want to sign up and be a part of the town hall, come be a part of the. It says it's probably going to be a giant Zoom meeting. It'd be really fucking cool to see me sitting in there on camera, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? You guys can all watch that shit. Do I make Dakota? We call it cannabis, please. Dakota, please. Hey Ben, what's up, son? Hey Megzy. I don't know what a Warren Buffett rule is. I won't watch. I'll join, says Evan. Right on, Evan. Oh shit, yeah, cool, says Ben. Do you make cannabis edible? What was it? Cannabis edibles? Not too often. I mean, I know how, but I don't do it on the regular now. You guys remember I told you I hurt my back? Yeah, I guess it's okay now. Isn't that funny? I think it's all the exercises I was doing. So I'm gonna try to keep working out, you know? That was really good. I like doing that. Try to get my waist size down another. Man, get down to 28. Could you imagine if I was wearing a 28-inch friggin' waist jeans? Medium-sized shirts, 28-inch. Fuck. I don't even know what size this is. These could be, I don't know what. These could be 34s. I have to look on them. I don't know. Wish I had a pair of jeans out here. I could just look on them. Because they're all the same. Where's the link, Nay? It's just type it in, Mark. It's forcethevote.org. Force, like may the force be with you. Forcethevote.org. O-R-G. Paying less taxes than most middle-class families and try to change it. Oh, that's good. Oh, man, he's trying to do something good. Warren Buffett, that's nice, man. Yeah, I agree with him, man. I support that. I support that. I mean, look. I could so much easier redesignate the way our government spends our money. If I'm not even an accountant, I'm not even qualified. But if you gave me all of the information and you sat me down at a desk and I got to see where all the money is going, I could fix it in just in an hour. In an hour. Just show me all the government spending in one place. You know, pie chart. 1 hour I could fix it. We would be fixing infrastructure. We would be doing hemp. You know, we would be manufacturing hemp-based products and exporting out to the rest of the world. We would have the largest hemp economy, and it would be the wealthiest economy on the planet ever in the history of the planet. I could do that. Easy. What? We're at war? Okay. No. You guys coming on home and you're going to all find hemp jobs, hemp-related jobs. Okay? It's all going to be green energy. We're going to do electric cars. We're going to do hemp-fueled machines. We're going to do hemp cars built out of hemp. You guys are all going to grow hemp. Everybody's going to be growing hemp. It would be in an hour. I'd have the economy fixed. Everyone would have jobs. Everyone would be fed. Man, today I was walking in the forest and I found seeds on the ground from the cedar trees. And I guess you can eat that seeds. They're edible. I don't know, man. I mean, you could do that with hemp seed too. You know, you can make all kinds of foods and things. Look at that, everybody. Doc Holland just signed the petition at forcethevote.org, and there's the link. Thank you, Doc Holland. Thank you, Doc Holland. It's forcethevote.org. Yeah, vote for nay, says Teresa Teal. You know, we would do away with the oil and the coal industry. We would totally do away with it. We would have energy forever. You know, we could literally drill holes down into towards the Earth's core and just harvest the freaking heat energy and not disrupt the planet and not frack. There's all the energy we need is in the core of this planet. And we could just drill down and get it. We could power the whole planet with that. Totally clean energy. And we could use focused, saline-based solar arrays that are circular, that they focus all on one point. They're amazing. If you guys have ever seen them out in the deserts, we've got them. You just build more. Build more of those. And those are jobs. And then people are like, yeah, but then once they're all built, then there's no more jobs. Bullshit. All of those need to be maintained. Solar panels only last like 10 years. We've already got panels that are going out that need to be replaced. It's a giant industry, and the more panels we put out there, the more that are going to have to be replaced. And you're talking about all kinds of tech jobs. We need to solve our water issue. And I think the solution to the problem would also solve the problem of rising sea level. But we take the water we need out of the ocean, we desalinate it, and we supply ourselves with water, and we lower the ocean level at the same time. We killed two birds with one stone there. And it's such a simple concept. We're cooling the planet down so the glaciers aren't melting as quickly, into the oceans. We're going to slow that down. We just need somebody to just do it. I would love if that person would see this episode, or just see the last half hour of this episode. Yeah, from the last 15 minutes or so that I've been talking about it, at the 1 hour mark. That'd be great. You guys can share this at the 1 hour mark if you want. Share it to every scientist out there. Share it to everybody with a platform on Twitter from the 1 hour mark. And, really good ideas. One of them needs to just say, yeah, that guy makes a lot of sense. I'll go ahead and I'll tell everybody. It's not going to be me. But you guys have the information. You guys have the information. Right when I start talking about hemp, right when I start talking about the pie chart, you give me the American economy, give me all of where all the money is going, and I will fix it. You start from right that point and send that out there. naysgarden.com. Desalination for seawater for consumers. No, Billy, you don't have to go down that far to get the heat. You're just pulling heat up from the. We've already got it. We've already got the technology, Billy. You don't have to go all the way to the Earth's core. I'm just saying the Earth's core is producing the heat. You're so silly, Billy. Go so check out Just Have a Think on YouTube, bro. He's got a whole show about this kind of energy. And, you know, science says we could literally power the planet with this. And it's not destructive. It's non-destructive. It's not like fracking. There's an endless source of energy. I mean, between the sun, Billy, and the heat coming out of the bottom of the planet, the heat coming up from the ground that we can drill into and obtain. Let me find the video for you, bro. How about that? I'm gonna find the video because I think I know what the thumbnail looks like. Dude, he's got several. He's got several. Okay, let's just watch one of them. Oh, this one I've watched 3 minutes into. It's funny.
Flows into a condenser.
Right when he's talking about the technicality of it, man. That's right where I was watching. I love it. And I paused the video. All right, here. Let me pull this up. I'm just gonna pull this up here. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching the whole goddamn video. He's really dry, but he's so informative. I want to hear all of the information. I want you guys to hear it all too.
You'll know there's an awful lot of it right under our feet in the Earth's crust. The challenge is to get at it in a safe, environmentally friendly and economic way so as to produce a large-scale transfer of heat into a liquid, then turns into vapour and moves across a turbine to drive an electrical generator, which in turn provides extra power for national electricity grids. And many of you who watched that video quite rightly pointed out that large centralised power stations like these aren't the only way to utilise geothermal energy. For over 2 decades now, systems have been in operation that allow individual homes and offices to produce their own micro-generated energy from the very patch of land that surrounds the building. The system is called a geothermal heat pump, but you've probably more often heard it referred to as a ground source heat pump. I think it's fair to say that the industry has been kept quite low-key over the years, and take-up has been relatively slow in some parts of the world, largely due to the perception of high upfront costs. But the outlook is now changing fast, just like pretty much everything else in these unprecedented times we're all living through. The International Energy Agency found that almost 20 million households around the world purchased a heat pump in 2019. And according to analysis by consultancy firm Global Market Insights, worldwide sales are set to exceed $68 billion by 2026. And you and I could be benefiting from a 40 to 50% saving on our home heating costs, plus a hefty government subsidy depending on where you live. So is it a good idea? How does it all work? And how can we all get a slice of this particular green energy pie?
Slice of this green energy pie. Oh, it sounds so tasty the way he puts it.
Hello, welcome to Just Have a Think. Energy use in buildings accounts for more than 17% of all global greenhouse gas emissions. And in somewhere like the United States, between 50 and 70% of all energy used in the home goes on heating and cooling. Different fossil fuels are used to heat and cool buildings in different parts of the world. Many countries rely heavily on gas, but oil-fired heaters are also still in widespread use. The one constant that can be relied on in every part of the world, though, is the fact that the temperature of the ground directly below us is far more stable than the temperature of the air around us, which is subject to all the vagaries of the ever more extreme weather conditions. That means it's generally cooler than ambient air during the hottest days of summer and warmer than ambient air during the colder months. And that basic fundamental physical property is what makes ground source heat pumps such a simple and effective solution. Here's how they work. A mix of cold water and antifreeze is pumped through a ground array of energy-absorbing pipes, getting constantly warmed by the ground's low-grade heat as it circulates. The warmed-up mixture then gets fed into a heat exchanger, otherwise known as an evaporator, where it transfers its energy to a secondary fluid with a much lower boiling point. And that fluid then turns to a gas, which gets compressed to increase its temperature still further. The hot gas then flows into a condenser, where it dumps its energy into a space heating system, or even to provide the hot water for the building if required. Once all that energy has been transferred out of the gas, it turns back into a liquid and goes through an expansion valve at the end of the cycle to reduce its pressure and temperature back to the starting point. It's a completely closed loop cycle, so the fluid just goes round and round, absorbing energy from below and dumping it where it's needed. Not all homes and buildings have huge expanses of space around them, of course. In those cases, rather than winding the energy absorbing pipes around in a horizontal array.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? It's so basic and so amazing. So he's got this one.
So here's our planet, as most of us are used to seeing it. Not rotating next to me above my desk, obviously, but you get what I mean. What we don't see all that often is the stuff going on inside the planet. The bit we all live on is this tiny crust on the outside, and although it can be as deep as 40 kilometres in places, it's still barely noticeable in the big scheme of things. Underneath the crust, there's nearly 3,000 kilometres of mantle, which is made up of silicate rock and minerals. It's still a solid layer, but it's bloody hot. The bit just below the crust can reach almost 900 degrees Celsius, and the deeper it goes, the hotter it gets, until down here it's well over 2,000 degrees C. Then you've got about another 2,200 kilometres of outer core, made up mainly of molten iron, anything between 3,000 and 3,800 degrees Celsius. And right in the centre, there's this solid iron core, which is hotter than the surface of the sun, at 6,000 degrees C. And why is it solid when it's at a temperature that's far higher than the melting point of iron? Well, it's pressure, isn't it? There's so much pressure from the layers surrounding it that the molecules in the core literally don't have the room to move around in any liquidy kind of a way. So they stay firmly compressed together as a solid. Anyway, I digress. The point is, there was a lot of...
Just have a think on YouTube. All of you should be subscribed to his channel, and you should all go back and watch all of his videos.
Heat energy captured inside our planet. It's been there for billions of years, and it'll most likely be there for a few billion more. And that heat gets into our skinny 40 kilometres of crust as well. The bit we stand on is the same temperature as the air around us, but it gets warmer and warmer the deeper you get, until you reach the base of the crust, which is at the same temperature as the mantle it's touching, nearly 900 degrees Celsius. So there's a lot of heat available just below the entire surface of the planet as well. It's what we all know as geothermal energy, and in theory, we ought to be able to tap into it to provide a virtually limitless supply of heat and power for the entire planet, with almost zero carbon dioxide emissions. So why haven't we done that then?
Why haven't we done that then? You gotta love that. Why haven't we done that then?
Hello, welcome to Just Have a Think. The golden poster child of geothermal energy is of course Iceland. They're a long way north, only about 250 kilometres away from the Arctic Circle, with typical air temperatures that are often only just above freezing.
He's gonna show the geothermal plant right outside my window, guys, on this video.
Have been so successful,
I think,
compared to most other parts of the world. Well, that skinny crust I mentioned earlier is broken up into tectonic plates that can more or less move independently of one another. Anyone living on a fault line...
I can literally see the mountain range that he's... I can see the plants. I can see the smoke, the steam coming up from the fucking steam plants.
And those two plates are actually moving slowly apart, and that's allowing huge amounts of heat from the mantle below to escape into the upper regions of the crust under Iceland's landmass.
Claire, let him know I sent you. Ask him to come on my show for an interview.
If you go down a kilometre below Iceland, you hit temperatures of about 200 degrees Celsius. That powers the famous Icelandic volcanoes and the hot steaming geysers, and it also provides geothermal heat very close to the surface, that can be so easily tapped into that Iceland has really got more than it needs. They've built themselves 7 geothermal power stations to generate electricity from the underground energy. They still do it by driving a turbine to rotate an electrical generator, just like a traditional fossil fuel or nuclear power plant, but they don't need to burn coal or gas or fire neutrons at radioactive material to provide the heat to convert water into steam to turn the turbine. They use a fairly straightforward system called flash steam. A borehole is drilled about 3 kilometres deep and cold water is sent down into it. The water gets superheated by the geothermal temperatures and expands into steam, which then comes hurtling back up the other side to drive the turbine. It doesn't rely on the weather conditions, it's always on, so it can be used for constant and predictable baseload power, and produces negligible CO2 emissions. All that cheap electricity has allowed Iceland to develop a thriving aluminium industry that now accounts for about 40% of the island's exports, turning Iceland into one of Europe's richest nations. They also pump geothermally heated water all over the island in a network of heavily insulated pipes to provide district heating for homes and businesses and greenhouses.
That looks just like our plants.
Food for the population. They've got so much spare hot water that they can afford to heat outdoor swimming pools all year round, and even pump some of it into freezing lakes to keep bits of it warm enough for the fish to survive through the coldest months of winter. But on a global scale, geothermal energy only accounts for about 1% of total electricity capacity. So why aren't we embracing this seemingly inexhaustible carbon-free natural resource more enthusiastically? Well, the answer is that some countries are going for it, but most of them are located on or near to the fault lines where tectonic plates butt up against each other. Of the 20 or so countries currently generating geothermal power, the United States is the largest, producing about 2.5 gigawatts worth in 2019, with 725 megawatts coming from the world's largest geothermal plant at the Geysers, located in the Mayacamas Mountains, about 30 miles north of Santa Rosa in California.
That's me!
Then comes
That's my
Indonesia,
mountains right there!
Philippines, Turkey, New Zealand, Mexico, Kenya...
That's the
Italy, and
motherfuckers
Japan.
that cause the earthquakes over here!
The International Energy Agency predicted growth of as much as 4.5 gigawatts in geothermal energy production in the 5 years from then until 2023, which would have equated to about 5% growth per year. But in their latest tracking report, released in June 2020, they found that growth has only been about 3% per year, and that geothermal energy is not currently on track to reach the Sustainable Development Scenario, or SDS, which the IEA published as an outline of how to meet the energy-related components of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. To contribute to hitting those goals alongside other renewables like solar, wind and hydropower, the IEA say that geothermal energy production would need to grow by more like 10% per year between now and 2030. But to reach that target, geothermal energy needs to be adopted on a truly global basis, which means finding ways of tapping into our planet's energy in all the other countries of the world that aren't fortunate enough to be located above fault lines. A system called binary power is an alternative to the more traditional flash steam system. In a binary system, hot water from a naturally occurring underground aquifer is pumped up into a heat exchanger where it gives up its heat to a secondary fluid that has a much lower boiling point. The secondary fluid then turns to vapour to drive the turbine. The beauty of this system is that it only needs the water to be at about 100 degrees Celsius, so in theory you don't need to drill so deeply to hit the right temperature. And that makes it a system that could be used by many countries regardless of their location. But you still need to get at the hot water, however deep it may be, and you still need to ensure...
What the fuck is secondary fluid? And... isn't that kind of suspicious sounding? Secondary fluid? Oh, yeah. I gotta give my dog his medicine in 15 minutes. Easy to do. He doesn't mind. Okay, you guys are not talking to me at all.
that the supply doesn't run out. And that brings us to the increasingly contentious subject of enhanced geothermal systems, or EGS. The United States Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy offers this neatly sanitised explanation of how EGS works.
Neatly
The EGS
sanitized.
concept is to extract heat by creating a subsurface fracture system to which water can be added through injection wells,
Fracture.
creating an enhanced or engineered
Excuse
geothermal
me. Oh, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? It sounds a bit like fracking, doesn't it?
system requires improving the natural permeability of rock. Does that remind you of anything? Sounds a bit like fracking, doesn't it? And although the liquid injected down into the fractures is just water, not the
And I was screaming at the goddamn screen, going, yeah, it's motherfucking fracking, motherfucker. Try living next door to one of these fucking plants and live through the goddamn earthquakes, you fucking bitch.
nasty concoction of chemicals and abrasives that get shoved down the fracking lines. And even though it's at a much lower pressure than hydraulic fracking, it is still designed to open up natural rock fractures to create underground reservoirs of water. And there are plenty of geologists and geophysicists
Thanks, Claire.
who think that that increases the risk of earthquakes in those areas. EGS has been linked to a 5.5 magnitude earthquake in Pohang, South Korea in 2017, causing...
He's saying that the fracking's, they've documented one earthquake. Let's go back. That's hilarious. Listen to what he says.
Fractures to create underground reservoirs of water. And there are plenty of geologists and geophysicists who think that that increases the risk of earthquakes in those areas.
Do you see the way he's saying that? He's not just saying that it does, and I'm telling you that it does. Number two, the water that they're pumping down underground like that, they're showing them pump water down, it's not just nice, fresh, clean water, man. It's toxic. You know, and we have no idea where that fucking poison water is ending up when they pump it down into the aquifers like this.
EGS has been linked to a 5.5 magnitude earthquake in Pohang, South Korea in 2017, causing 75 million...
And I'm so sorry that this is boring so many of y'all. I'm so sorry. Am I boring you guys?
US dollars of damage. In an interview for this 2020 article at Yale's Climate Connections website, Johan Olli Cowan, a research physicist with the US Geological Survey, explained these faults are going to slip eventually, but EGS can certainly speed up the clock. But of course, all the other environmental, climate and energy security benefits of geothermal are extremely compelling. According to this 2017 study, the energy reserves in the upper 10 kilometres of the Earth's crust are approximately 1.3 times 10 to the 27 joules, which probably means as little to you as it does to me. But the study says those reserves could potentially supply all our global energy needs for approximately 217 million years. So the motivation to get these EGS systems set up around the world is very high. As the director of the Geothermal Resources Council, Will Pettit, puts it,
right, Dakota, thank you.
Anyway.
Right, Evans. Right, Mark, thank you.
And you will find hot rock. So maybe, with the right regulations in place, we would still have a workable solution, right? Well, possibly. But even if that were the case, there remain some fairly big technical and economic obstacles in the way of geothermal progress. Drilling is very expensive, and there's no guarantee of success when the pressurised water starts getting pumped in. You might not open enough decent fractures to make the project economically viable, in which case you've wasted a lot of time and money. Try selling that concept at an investor pitch presentation, and you'll find your audience thinning out pretty quickly. There are also minerals like quartz and limestone in the rock formations, which are already saturated into existing aquifers and can also contaminate new water being pumped in. These sorts of minerals can cause scaling and fouling that can lead to failures in components like pumps and heat exchangers, and that causes expensive delays, which again hits the economic viability of a project. So as the prices of solar panels and energy storage have tumbled over the past decade, so large corporate investors have found themselves much more inclined to put their money into that technology and wind instead. Nevertheless, at the COP21 climate conference in Paris in 2015, the IEA's sister organisation, the International Renewable Energy Agency, or IRENA, was instrumental in forming the Global Geothermal Alliance, or GGA. GGA is a coalition for action to increase the use of geothermal energy, both in power generation and direct use of heat, calling on governments, businesses and other stakeholders to support investment in geothermal energy's potential. The goal is a five-fold growth in installed capacity for geothermal power generation and more than twofold growth in geothermal heating by 2030. There are currently 46 member states, and the Alliance aims to support those countries with 4 priority actions: to identify and map geothermal resources around the world, scope out the assistance that countries may need with regulation and policy, support the development of legal, fiscal and infrastructure capacity, and promote geothermal's role in supporting decarbonisation and the implementation of national climate plans. Just like all other renewable energy sources, geothermal energy will be a major element of many of the nationally determined contributions that participating nations are required to present at COP26 in late 2021. If the safety of the systems can be properly assessed and regulated, and some of the technical challenges can be overcome, then perhaps this ancient energy source, first tapped into by the Romans in their hot water spas, could become a major player in our 21st century transition to a more sustainable carbon neutral future. That's it for this week.
That's it for this week, kids. Check them out on YouTube. Sorry more of you don't stay and learn things like this, but for the 15 of you guys that did stay and listen, thank you. I'm impressed with the 15 of you. And it just goes to show me that, you know, people are, well, it's very interesting stuff here, you know, learning about trying to save y'all's lives and shit. And people just don't give a fuck, man. It's just crazy how sad that is. And it's my audience, you know. Hey, Tiffany. It's sad. Yeah, it's sad. Audience, my half of my audience really disappointed me today by walking out on the show. But do check out my friend Ron Placone, please. Okay, ronplacone.com, lucyandron.com, and of course Ron Placone over there at on YouTube. Ron Placone on YouTube. Follow him, subscribe to him. Make sure you click all for notifications so we can meet up inside his live streams, as well as Graham Elwood's live streams and Lee Camp's live streams and Jimmy Dore's live streams. You will see me in all of their live streams all week long, guys. I love all of their shows. So come join me, okay? On all of these people's live streams on YouTube. All right. Love you guys. Check out my website too. naysgarden.com to check out interviews with many of the people that I recommend that you guys go watch. Oh, and go do a super chat on one of their shows and say, hey, you should have Nay from Nay's Garden on your show for an interview. He's got a lot to talk about. A million things. Yeah, that's right, Dakota. ForceTheVote.org. I will see all of you at ForceTheVote.org tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Right? 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, I believe. About things other than themselves or even care to be educated in general. I know, Tiffany. I agree. Tiffany. All right. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Claire said, #keep it open. I love it.